Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks take on Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Seattle Seahawks. To throw on third down, Stafford. Buying time to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Pick up there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his...
It is time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will tie us at 3-3.
Big 20, big 20!
To throw is Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner. Now, before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's Wilson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will tie things up at 6-6. So they'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So a lot rides now on the big left leg of Sebastian Janikowski. And Janikowski bangs it through, and they take the lead here as it's now 9-6.
In this situation, he'll need to.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved
did.
the defensive.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Seahawks, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Detroit, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6.